What's good? It's Wood. We're about a day out from the Mayweather-McGregor fight, just after the weigh-ins, and one thing I've got to say is that Conor's persona has been phenomenal throughout this entire process. Whether or not he wins this fight, or is even competitive, doesn't negate the fact that his confidence is out of this world, and he's been as much a driving factor and a master seller at this fight as anyone, including Floyd. Now for the fight itself. It is a little bit of a circus. It's a little like Shaq Versus, that TV show where Shaq is challenging Big Ben at football or Oscar De La Hoya at boxing. While in fairness, Floyd and Conor's backgrounds are more similar in that these are both combat sports. The more I think about it, the more certainty I feel that the learning curve is just too steep for McGregor to even look competitive in this fight. He doesn't have the experience to know how to survive during the desperate moments of a foreign sport. Anyone could look like they have some bounce in their step when they're fresh and like they're ready and willing to mix it up early. And let's be clear, Conor McGregor is an excellent athlete and he's young. It's when you realize that your ammunition isn't working and that there's nothing that you can do to stop from being punched at will that the lack of experience will become the most apparent. What is your plan C? Your plan D? The biggest concern if you're Floyd and the money team is injury, either before or during the fight. Floyd's 40 years old, coming off the longest layoff of his career, but still has to prepare for this fight like a pro, and that's a lot of training, working out, sparring, and the older you are, the more injury prone you become during these intense activities. And if he did get hurt, nobody would know, and the show would go on, impacting Mayweather's ability to perform. Outside of that, I see Mayweather taking control early and easily, and that the length of the fight will depend on Conor's survival methods while learning on the fly. See, a lot of the things that you're taught, if they haven't become fully ingrained, go out of the window when you're tired, hurt, desperate, and reduced to your most basic of instincts. Conor has been under extreme duress in the octagon, and it didn't go so well during the first fight with Nate Diaz, but he did, however, survive and compete in their second match, winning by a close decision. But this was a sport that he'd been competing in for several years. Whatever he's been taught in boxing in terms of clinching will likely be forgotten when the bullets are flying and he's weary or desperate. It should be fun to see how this plays out though. I've got Floyd by mid-fight stoppage, somewhere between the 5th and the 8th round. If Conor's size is able to help him endure a little more of a beating, then maybe the 7th or 8th round. I could certainly see it being stopped before the 5th, but it's tough to envision the fight going beyond 8, especially if Conor doesn't have an answer to Floyd's accuracy and isn't able to land much on Floyd. So let me know your thoughts. I'm Wood, thanks for tuning in.